Hao Mentakiepi. Welcome to Ho-Choka here at the center of St. Joseph's Indian Schools campus. I'm your host, Scott Wooster, and we're glad you've joined us. Today we've got something pretty darn special here. I've got one of my great friends, Craig Barcal, is here, and he's going to join with us and tell us what he does with kids. I'm going to let you do kind of your own introduction, Craig, just to tell me what it is you do and how long you've been doing it here at the school.
Okay. I teach language arts, reading, writing, and grammar over the span of years that I've been here. 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade.
Yep.
Right now I'm doing 6th and 7th grade. 2 6th grades, 1 7th grade.
Okay.
And I've been here for 25 years. This year will be my 25th year.
Yep.
So that means I came in 2002, and when I first got here, I thought, well, I'll give it a year.
Yeah.
And see how it goes.
Yeah.
Originally being from Chicago, and
Yep.
I had been looking for a job in Chicago, a teaching job. And so when I came out here with my wife and our daughter, who was then going in the 1st grade,
Yeah.
we decided to give it a year, see how it goes, and it's been going ever since that time. So my wife, now works a year after I started, she started work in food service, and our daughter went to school here, made friends, and we just got sort of rooted in the community. Mm-hmm. And I've enjoyed working at St. Joe's for these 25 years now.
25 years.
Yeah.
So you are from that famous class of 2002 that included my wife,
yes,
right?
Your wife.
And so she reminds me of that all the time. Craig and I came to this school together
Yes.
in 2002, and you were looking for a teaching job. You said you were in Chicago at the time, and had been just briefly. Where were you before? I know you did a stint in
Thailand.
in Thailand in the Peace Corps.
Or with Marino, which was a
Marino.
Catholic mission organization out
Yep.
of New York. And I'd been with them for 9 years. That's where I met my wife.
Yep.
Our daughter was born there. So we came back to Chicago in 97. I did various jobs, odd jobs, and decided that I wanted to get a master's in teaching language arts.
Yep.
I had taught before going to Thailand, but that was as a religion teacher because my college degree was in theology.
Oh.
But I needed something a little more marketable.
Yeah, right.
So I got the master's in language arts, and I was looking for jobs all over Chicago. I was going to interviews, and at one point I saw in the paper that Donna Dean and
Melissa Hall, maybe?
no, not Melissa Hall.
Okay.
The Greek.
Oh, Maya DeBlue,
Maya,
sure.
Maya.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh.
the Greek. Yeah.
The Greek lady. They both came to a hotel, and they were interviewing people for the job. So
In Chicago.
In Chicago,
Yeah.
not far from my mother, where I was staying at the time, where we were living. So I said, I'll go to this. We had gotten stuff in the mail from St. Joe's, and so I was kind of familiar with it. And I had once looked into being a house parent, but we had kind of decided against it. But a teaching job, I thought, well, maybe I'll look into that now that I got the degree. So I went for the interview. It was really nice. Maya was great, She was very affirming.
Yep.
And Donna was as well. So we talked for about a half hour, and then she said, okay, no, thank you, and we'll be in touch. And I figured that was it.
Yeah.
I went to the interview, got some more practice at
Right, yeah,
interviewing,
yeah.
and then about 3 weeks later, I got a phone call from Maya, and she said, we'd like to have you come on again, and we'll fly you out. I guess they were still flying people out in those days.
Right. I think still are.
Still
yeah.
are?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I said, well, I'll go look. I mean, I don't know if I really want to work in South Dakota.
Right. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, but I'll go, And I'd never been out here. So I came out, went for a whole day of interviews. At that time, Mary Jane Alexander was the principal. And so I met with her, and then I think I was interviewed by Charmel, who had been there a number of years before I had been.
Yep.
Brock, who had come the year before, and I think a couple of other people.
Yeah. Some teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the end of the day, the last thing on the schedule was to have dinner with the kids at a home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I went to Pinger because it was Rita
Yeah. Yeah.
and Teresa,
Yep.
whose last name I forget. But
Cornelius. Yeah.
yes, yeah. So we had dinner. I talked with the girls and helped a little bit with their homework, and then happened to be the softball
Yeah.
time,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was a softball game. So we went out there, and I remember sitting on the hill, and this is my epiphany moment.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the hill. It's a gorgeous evening. I got the river out there. The girls are playing baseball. They're having a good time. And the staff is sitting around and we're talking. And I just kind of thought, maybe this might be a good place.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went back and talked to Ya. And she said, well, let's go out and look at it before we make a for sure big move. So she came out with me to sign the papers.
Mm-hmm.
To see if I was going to sign the papers.
Yeah.
And we looked at the school and we decided, okay, let's try it and see where it goes. And like I said, we've been here 25 years now,
Right.
And we'll do one more year for the dining hall.
Yep.
And I think next year will be my last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be retiring at the end of next year. So we'll tire together.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's official.
Yeah, it's official. We've said it on camera now, and I kind of knew that that we're just as this airs, we're approaching the school year for 26, 27, and this will be your last year going into it. And I find it so interesting that when you came here in 2002, it was the twilight of your career. At that point, you were just looking for that job to get you through, and
yes,
it's roughly
I was
60 years old.
50.
Here you are, 85, and it's your
85. 85. Let's not push it.
Let's not push it.
75. We're doing 75.
Right. But I will say, you could have retired quite some time ago. The 85 is a joke, but you could have retired some time ago.
Yeah.
And obviously stayed here for a reason. And I know the impact that you've had on kids relationship-wise, that I saw it at the graduation from this past school year, where kids were giving you shout-outs and thank yous for they called you the Incredible Hulk because of one of the many roles that we've played over the years. In 25 years, I've seen you be a rapper, I've seen you be the Hulk, I've seen you do also maybe a monk, a hippie, all sorts of things.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
You could throw in.
I believe we were both hippies at one point.
Elvis. Let's not forget Elvis. I forgot Elvis.
You've done it all, but this is the one that this current generation has latched onto is the Hulk. They love you. And that relationship piece I know is such a big part of what you bring to the classroom. But you bring so much more than that as a language arts teacher. I've been in your room, and near and dear to my heart and yours, you and I had a group, for movies back in the day. That's how we connected, is we started to watch classic films together.
Yeah.
And I know you bring that to the classroom too. So I know that you've showed them the Seven Samurai and many others. Mm-hmm. And what else do you bring to the classroom? What have you, in your estimation, have you been responsible for with these kids? We set them on this trajectory. You've got a lot of kids over 25 years that are out in the working world now doing things. Mm-hmm. What do you see has been your impact, other than just building relationships, including just building relationships?
Right. Because I think that relationship part is what has kept me here.
Yeah.
Over time, over the length of time that I've been here.
You and me both.
Yes, yeah. I'm sure. And everything you just said about me and the kids, I can easily say.
Oh, stop.
And about yourself.
Yeah. Stop, Craig.
But in terms of actually academics, I would say the thing we've tried to emphasize and continue to emphasize is the need for writing skills and really trying to implement as much writing as reading. I think when I first got here, I was emphasizing more of the reading aspect, trying to get vocab up. But I think, and part of this might have to do with the rise of social media. I mean, the way social media was when I got here in 2002, 2003, I mean, it's nothing
No.
like it is now. And
Right.
the kids live on a screen.
Yeah.
So actually getting a pencil and paper in their hand
Yeah.
before they go to the the keypad and start typing it away.
Yeah.
I try to make them do at least one or two rough drafts written out.
Written out with pencil and paper.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then, I look over that, we talk about it, and then they take that final draft and they'll put it, they'll type it out and they'll send it to me for like a final grade. So I would say over the years, one of the things that I've really tried to emphasize, and other language arts teachers that are in my community, is the writing aspect of it.
Yep.
Because that seems to have suffered a lot over the last, or it's especially during COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of hurt everything.
Right. For
and
sure.
for the last couple of years, we've seen real deficiency in areas where, even more than before, and it's kind of, I think, partially due to the whole break in their education. Some kids working at home, some kids supposed to be working at home, but not working at home. And
Yeah.
so writing has become a big thing.
Okay.
And I think this coming year, just talking with my kind of co-teacher, Lori,
Yep.
in our intervention periods, she'll be doing writing and I'll be doing writing in mine. So we really want to emphasize that part of the curriculum, as well as keep the reading up. But the writing part of it is an important part that has been neglected, I think,
Yeah.
over the years. And,
Yeah. And I think you're right that it's been neglected with everybody. I think we also work with an isolated population. They're isolated from a lot of resources on the reservations in a state that's isolated and marginalized in a little ways too. And I know we try to get books in the hands of these kids. We've talked before on this show about the bookmobile. But a lot of the kids that are coming to us they weren't read to when they were little.
Yeah.
They didn't have access to books, and with social media, they're straying away from that. They're not being presented with
Right.
those kinds of things. So
Right.
it presents some challenges, I would think, for you.
Yes. Although I must say, we do have a good number of kids, given the access to our library,
Yeah.
they love to read.
Yeah.
And if given books, they will devour them.
Yeah.
And every year I have a good chunk of my classes are avid readers. So at the beginning of each class, we do Yawa, which is Lakota for reading.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was started, I think, about 8 years ago, maybe when Jessica first came on.
Okay. Yeah.
And so we always start a class with 10 minutes of individual reading where they get to choose the book they're reading. And it has to be a library book, and they've got to be reading for that 10 minutes. And they just sort of expect it at the beginning of class. That's what they do. It's a nice calmer, too.
Yeah.
And
right.
then from there, you can go into the rest of whatever you got planned.
Your
for
lessons
that.
for that day.
For that day.
Yeah.
So,
One thing that I'm curious about is your students that have grown. Let's say they push on from here. They've gone off to live their lives, and they come back to see us at powwow. You see them from time to time, opening day and weekends when they're picking up family members or those kinds of things. We get thanked a lot, right? And I said you got thanked at graduation for being who you are. But specifically, what do you think? What do you hear, actually? Not what do you think, but what do students tell you that you've brought to them? What have you taught them?
academically or just as individuals?
Either way. Let's go either way.
Well, those that I get to see when they do come back, a lot of them will comment on kind of a broadening of horizons,
Yeah.
things that they would not necessarily had been exposed to, given their living situation, and then somehow that you'll hope, and it seems to have helped them in the larger world when they get out, and so I would say exposure to a broader, I don't know, horizon
Yeah.
of life
Yep.
that they may not necessarily have gotten. And I think that's not only just me, but I think all the teachers here expose kids to things beyond what they may be just seeing and living
Yep.
in the immediate area.
Yeah.
And plus middle school kids and elementary kids, I mean, they're in their own little world no matter where they are.
Yeah.
So no matter where you're teaching, you want to kind of bring that horizon a little wider, or as wide as you can, so that when they get out there, they kind of know a little bit. Maybe there are fewer surprises,
Right.
And I would say that has been something that they've commented on in one way or another.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can add to that?
No, and I was going to say I think that's an incredible answer because I didn't know you were going to bring that, but I think that's one thing that I would consider to be one of your strengths is that broadening of horizons. You do that in the classroom with 7th and 8th graders, 6th graders, whatever. You have to bring something to the table besides just rote teaching of the lessons because you got to be a little bit of an entertainer to keep attention.
Yeah.
You just have to do that. And so we joked earlier about your movies and what you'll show them, but the kids don't forget. Name a movie. Name a couple movies that you've shown. And we talked Seven Samurai, but what else?
Let's see. What have I also shown? My criteria is, first of all, to show them a good movie.
Yes.
Show them a movie they haven't seen,
Yeah.
and maybe a movie they would never want to see.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Or they would never go out of their way to see.
Yep.
So, the Seven Samurai was a fluke. I mean, it was something we had watched it together early on,
Yes, we had.
with some other guys, and I thought, I'm just going to present this to at that time it was 7th and 8th graders, and see how it goes. Because first of all, it's 3.5 hours.
Right.
It's in black and white.
Yeah.
And it's all in
Subtitles.
Japanese. It's all in Japanese, and so they're reading, and this was my idea. I thought if they're reading, the words at the bottom of the screen, the text, that's kind of a way of having to concentrate on the screen and fluency.
Yeah.
That was one of my ins to this. So, but the story hooked them.
Yeah.
The story itself, it's so, the characters all build, and you can discuss the way the characters build and interact, the samurai among themselves, the samurai with the villagers. And plus it's all foreign people. I mean, there's no, I don't know how to say it, but there's no white people at all in the entire film. It's all people from a different culture and a different language. And, but the story is real. They can connect with it. I mean, the Lakota culture is partially a warrior culture. I mean, it's in there, and plus, I mean, it's just a great story. And, yeah. So I don't know where I was going.
Well,
with it. I'm sorry.
It's so much to unpack there, and we're out of time now. But I will say this that I've walked into your classroom and I've seen the kids watching a film like that. I mean, it could be something like Gone with the Wind from 1940, where, and maybe that's just an example, but you've got kids from another time, another culture that are watching it, and their attention is rapt, right? I mean, and I'll walk in and I'm amazed, and I think so much of that has to do with your expectations for what you can teach them, your understanding of what kids will buy into from you, and it's your approach. I mean, as you saw, we talked about Seven Samurai there for a minute, and it's fascinating. And so I think a lot of it has to do with you and what you bring to the table. The kids do love to be in your classroom. They know that you expect a lot from them. You're not a strict taskmaster. You're somebody that they respect, and they listen to what you have to say. So yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, and then just expecting them to have a response to what they're watching.
Yeah.
You know, there's an expectation to write something, to reply to something, to kind of figure something out as we go through the film.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and same with texts, books that we go through.
Yep.
So short stories and whatever. Yeah.
You open up stories to them, which is my path to learning
Yeah.
too. I mean, that's my love language is a good story.
Yes, and I miss. If my voice was a little stronger, like in the younger days, I would do more reading. Now
Yeah.
I've got to find somebody reading online, you
Yeah.
know, and which you can do easy these
Yeah.
days. But I often enjoyed reading a story to the kids.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I do that less than I used to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, as you go into this last year of your teaching, I hope that it's your best year that you've had. I know it's been a great career. 2002 was a good year. Obviously, my wife came from that.
Yep.
But one of my great friends in life came from that too. And
Thank you.
think the world of you, buddy. And
I think the world of you too.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I remember the first day we met, we were you were coming from the dining hall. I was going to the dining hall. You stopped.
Yeah.
And you introduced yourself. And
Oh.
that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
It was. And this
to
won't
quote
be,
a movie.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. And this won't be the end. And it won't be for me, and it won't be for a lot of kids that you'll have that relationship with when you're well into your 80s and 90s. But thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
And thank you for what you
And
thank
you.
you for what you brought to this place. It's been incalculable. How's that?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And to our audience, thank you so much for joining us here at Hochoka at the center of St. Joseph's Indian Schools campus. We're talking about Native American education and what's important today. And you can catch us wherever you find your podcasts. Until next time, stay centered.